she's taken some time out. And I'm sure two all-round competitions has taken the energy from her.
A roll for Sharon Olsen from Canada. She qualified 4th, Beth, so could well challenge here. I mean, it's over so quickly. This is the thing with vault.
It is, and actually what she performed in qualification, we know that she's got 2 different vaults that she could perform, but because she's up 2nd, it'll be interesting to see what they go with.
Maria Paseka, highest qualifier. Next out, she'll be the 3rd of the vaulters here. Current world vault champion.
And brought just 2 vault. That's the only piece she did. The Russian specialist.
Huan Yang from China. She'll be vaulter number 4. 17-year-old. A regular in World and Olympic vault finals. Jade Carey next out from the USA. And here as a vault specialist.
Yes, doing floor as well, but she hasn't been a regular on the USA team. They found her to try and maintain their vault domination.
Ellie Black took silver in front of this roaring crowd in the women's all-around competition. She's back in the arena to try and get her hands on another medal, but it's a tough ask in this company.
It is. She's got 2 strong vaults, but not necessarily the difficulty of some of the top vaulters.
Well, the absolute respect is going around this arena now as Oksana Shizovitina says hello to us all at 42 years old. Absolutely
just proving
remarkable.
age is but a number.
Wow. Sei Miyakawa, 18 years old. Did score a 14.9 for one of her vaults. If only she could have matched it with a second. But time will tell. So this final will be over quite quickly. Gymnasts will get 2 vaults, and then the average will be taken. Steingruber starts things off. Miyakawa wraps things up.
At this competition, they do have a warm-up ball in the back, and it's interesting they've put the floor and the vault on the podium, because during the apparatus they obviously don't get that 30-second touch, so it is really important that the conditions are very similar between the 2 gyms. So in the back gym, the floor and the vault are on the podium setting, but bars and beam and all the other men's apparatus are also not on the podium.
So Maria Paseka opting to stay in here. She's 3rd up, so that's quite a tricky time. I mean, that being in that mid-section, do you go out, do you come in, or you just keep warm? It's a tough one, Beth.
It is, but when you're 3rd, it's probably best to stay in the hall. It's not too far of a walk, but actually you want to know that you're in the arena and you're ready to go and you're not rushing.
Well, first to go will be 3 times European champion and Olympic bronze medalist, Julia Steingruber. She was the 3rd highest qualifier. 7th is her best finish at the Worlds.
Has a very powerful first vault, very renowned for this vault. Strong run up into it, using the handspring entry with the 1.5, just slightly with the chest down at the end, but a great way to start this vault final.
Yes, renowned for her outstanding vaulting, Julia Steingruber, but she's had a bit of time out, only just back into competition. And whereas she's usually bouncing around at the end of this vault, you can see it's lovely, legs locked together, but the chest is pointing to the ground. And the judges can take up to half a mark for the chest pointing to the ground. Probably will limit it a little more to a 3 because she lifted it quite quickly and just the step to the side. But that's just a bit of an indication that she's done, this is her 3rd day of competition,
Yeah, sure.
and she's feeling it.
Yeah, the all-around doesn't half take it out of you, and it wasn't that long ago. I mean, we're still feeling it, Beth.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she will have had to go home last night, get rested up, ready for this competition today. And the gymnasts do have an hour's warm-up, so there's not a lot of time this morning for them to sort of rest and recover. For her second vault, she has put up to do the 5-4, which is the double twisting Yurchenko. It's not her favoured vault.
So just a reminder, the 2 vaults will be averaged.
So she's going to use the round off flick entry into the double twist and just gets caught in the air, but a great vault and a great way to start this vault final. She's now set that standard for the rest of the gymnasts.
Well, this is a vault we've seen her get injured doing in the past. So it was great to see her plant her hands securely. Again, a bit of a pike down, and there'll be a deduction for slightly offside. Offline, not offside, that's another sport. But you can see she's a bit offline. The aim is to land on that red line down the centre of the mat. She twists a little bit early, but it was a very secure vault. And I think those 2 vaults are going to take a bit of beating.
They are. I mean, all the other gymnasts, they've got that predicament. Do they stay in the arena? Do they not use the warm-up in the back gym? So vault is always difficult to just go in cold. And for some of these gymnasts, it might be their first vault final. So for Jade from the USA, she's not used to having to do that.
So a score of 14.633 for the first vault, 14.3 for the second.
Was it 14.466, the average?
Yeah, 14.466. That's the score to beat. Shalon Olsen, the next gymnast to go, Canadian gymnast. She was in the Olympic final. She came 8th there. And this gymnast, the 4th highest qualifier.
Well, she will have had to have nominated the vault she's going to do. If we get a chance, we'll see what it's out of, what vault she's doing.
She went for a
Powers
5-4.
down. Really going for it, lifting high. Oh, and she got caught a little bit twixt and between. Went for the 2.5, but was sort of caught on 2.25. Wasn't nice and square as she landed.
She uses the Yurchenko entry. Just didn't quite get that landing, wasn't able to spot it out. Interestingly, Shannon did actually submit to do a triple twist as well, and I think they've been playing around with which vault to do, but unfortunately just didn't quite have the height to be able to complete the 2.5 twist and open it out.
That sometimes does happen, Beth, doesn't it, when you're playing with numbers of twists. She looked a bit lacking in awareness of where she was.
She did, and in the qualification she only used the double twist, so she went to play safe and qualified into the vault final. But she has got a big second vault as well. So there you can see the round off using the flick, big push off, slight leg separation, and just ran out of time to fit that 2.5 twist in.
So that will be 1 mark deduction off her score there, off the execution score.
Yeah, 13.533. And a 5.8 difficulty. And she did a 6 difficulty in qualification for a second vault, so maybe she'll go all out here. Nothing to lose now.
There certainly isn't. Needs to concentrate, focus, carefully measured out run, flip, half on, 1.5 twist off. That was much better. Quite a complicated vault. She made the round off, then the half turn on, then the straight front with 1.5 twist. That's why it's a high tariff. It's quite complicated.
Oh, she had something to prove there.
In front of your home crowd, you want to stand these vaults up. You can see using the round off with the half turn, the 1.5 twist, very well executed, and that's why such a high difficulty there. You can see the 1.5 twist in a straight shape, just slightly down at the end, but a very well performed vault.
So when you're looking at that vault, which is harder than the first vault, why did she lose so much and was so deep in that first vault, Chris?
Well, she's sort of essentially twisting forwards off the top and doing a forward twist, as opposed to the other one, the backward twist. I think she tried to do an extra half turn, and she just lost herself a little bit, I think.
I think she knew she needed to go all out.
14.233 is the average. 0.233 behind Steingruber.
So had she not fallen on that first vault, she'd have been up there.
The current world vault champion is now at the end of the vault runway. And also the European champion back in 2015 and Olympic silver medalist.
A very experienced gymnast, using the Yurchenko half arm with the 1.5 off, just getting on slightly high, causing the landing to be a little bit deep.
She got it round though, didn't she?
I was going to say, I think she'd be feeling I got away with it there.
Interesting to see that she's done her 2 vaults the other way round to the Canadian.
Oh, with the easier vault second, you mean, yeah.
She's really very untidy in flight, but you can see here, look, the round off. So she lands on the board and then turns on. So she makes a half turn on, punches up, and now it's a forward vault. She'll have nominated straight with 1.5 twist, but she really was untidy off the top and had to fight very, very hard for that landing.
She did. That's where the experience comes in.
14.466 is the score to beat for the average. 14.7 for Paseka's first vault. So important, this vault now. She's done the hard work. Now the colour of that medal is all dependent on just this one vault.
Powerful run-up, round-off entry, flick, 2.5 twist. Absolutely fantastic, and the big smile to show it.
Now that was textbook. Absolutely beautiful through the air.
It was textbook, and this is the vault that many of the really top gymnasts over the years has favoured. The flip on, the lob up into the air, wrap, 2.5 twists, arms out, really beautifully performed. Big tariff, so that's the 5.8. Very nice indeed.
She was smiling when she landed.
She knew, didn't she?
You can usually tell as a gymnast halfway through the air where you're going to land.
There we are, feet down first. Arms pressed back, big smile. I think that'll go to the top.
Oh, I would say so too.
Never easy to try and retain your title, but with a score of 14.85, she goes into the lead. 3 gymnasts gone, 5 to go. It will be an anxious wait. Steingruber now in second. And Shalon Olsen from Canada is in that 3rd place at the moment. So the score for a medal as it stands is 14.233. Wang Yang, Olympic and World Vault finalist.
Tiny little gymnast, powers down the runway, Now she uses not the Yushenko. She goes from the board, swings the arms forward, makes a turn on. We call it a Sukahara, named after the first person to do that vault, and then wraps in for 2 twists. Well tariffed. Of course, as we've said, they have to do 2 different vaults.
So you can see such a small gymnast, but gets that power. Very well executed throughout. Legs locked together on that entry into the vault. Spots the landing. And just a small pace back, very close to that centre line. The judges can deduct if the gymnasts are off the centre of that red line. They're aiming to land exactly on that red line.
Most gymnasts do their favoured vault first, and then it's the second vault that's the headache for them.
14.5 for Wan Yang, and vault number 1. 8-9 on execution.
Big focus here for this second vault.
So the 17-year-old second vault now. She was the 5th highest qualifier.
Here she goes. Real fast approach. And it's the handspring, straight front with 1.5 twist. She had to fight hard to get her feet down there, but she did. She's done her job. 2 difficult vaults. Tiny little gymnast.
She is, so she's using the handspring entry, the 1.5 twist off. You can just see her step onto the red, so that will incur a penalty from the judges. There, the handspring, legs are locked together. Yes, there was the landing deduction, but the actual form throughout the vault was very good. There's the 1.5 twist, chest. Always looks worse when you watch it in slow motion.
I think that will be the 0.5 deduction. Interestingly, she blocks on the front of the platform, which has got some springs in and is the preferred place. But when you're a little gymnast, you have to be quite brave to block on the front of the platform.
Again, another gymnast that must be feeling incredibly tired. She was in the all-round. She finished 19th. But no matter where you finish, it's equally as strength-sapping. 14.35 for Wan Yan. She goes into 3rd at the moment. Second leads by 0.3 ahead of Steingruber, and then Wan Yan, just seen there, in 3rd. But here comes a challenger in the shape of Jade Carey from the USA. She's the US national champion on this piece and 2nd highest qualifier.
A very powerful gymnast, using the flick entry into the 2.5. So much power, just struggled to control it at the end.
Well, she looks dejected after that.
Well, I think relieved, probably. The Americans, now, in the past cycle, most of their team were able to produce this type of vault. They really have found a way to coach vault that the rest of the world haven't seemed to be able to emulate.
And what do you think the secret is? I mean, surely you've been analysing this, Chris.
Yeah, no, we have. They're very powerful. I think a lot of it's belief, you know, and the fact that you have to, if you want a place on the USA team, or you have had to, be pretty much doing this vault. And, you know, so they've all had to do it. That's the expectation. Whereas many of the other countries, it's a bit of a luxury. But she'll lose quite a bit for those 2 big steps forwards. I mean, it's a high tariff, and it was beautifully high.
But the execution wasn't quite as good as Paseka.
9 scored for the execution and 14.8 overall for that vault. She went for a 5-6 in qualification for the second vault. Let's see what she goes for here.
A big build-up into this vault, using the Sukahara with the double twist. Just a small hop back. A lot better performed than the first vault. Or a lot better landing.
14.466 is Steingruber's score in second.
And this is very nice and flighty. Good shape in the air. 2 twists. And she hasn't represented USA until this championships, and they very much searched around for a big vaulter because quite a lot, the rest of the team were quite young and not quite such big vaulters. Both their gymnasts in the all-around just did a double twist, so they've searched high and low, and of course there's absolutely thousands of gymnasts in USA.
The difference between her and the Russian is going to come down to the difficulty. She is 4 tenths down on that second vault, but was very well executed.
14.7. Jade Carey, she's gone into second with an average of 14.766. So Paseka leads ahead of Jade Carey. Julia Steingruber in third with 14.466. Ellie Black announced in the Olympic Stadium. Silver in the all-round competition just a matter of hours ago.
And already made history. And that's one of the ways she did it. Beautiful handspring straight front vault with full twist. Lovely technique.
A gymnast that rises to the occasion for sure, Beth.
She does, and she loves performing in front of home crowds. You can see here using the handspring entry with the full twist and a great execution. She knows that vault inside out. It's a very hard landing because it's blind, so she has to know exactly where she is, and she's done the numbers in training, and you can see it.
A little bit lower on difficulty. It's given a tariff of 5.4. So you have to perform it that much better.
Her difficulty overall is a lot lower. She only has a 5.2 for her second vault, but again, she performed it very cleanly in the qualification.
14.566 for the first vault, 9.166 on execution. 14.466 is her target of bronze. Here she goes, all out on the second vault. Come on, Ellie. This would be quite something.
Well, knows she must harness the power, lift off the top, make the 1.5 twist. She does so beautifully. Really competent and confident vaulting there from Ellie Black. With her coach, David Kikuchi, who we saw in the Canadian men's team many years.
So you can see her here doing her second vault, the Sukahara entry with the 1.5 twist. Very well executed, just that step on landing. Such a powerful gymnast, always been known for her floor and vault work. And there's the 1.5 twist. Turns on, looking, blocks off before she does the 1.5. Can see her looking for that landing.
It's a big ask, isn't it?
I think she's enjoying the moment after last night.
Yes, I am sure.
Yes, when you've had great success like she did last night, it's lovely to get back out in that arena and just enjoy it.
It's a 4th place for Ellie Black, 14.416, so not too far off the mark. 6 gymnasts have gone, so 2 left. before Maria Paseka can put the crown back on. Well, what a story this is. Oksana Chusopatina at 42 years old, powers down the runway.
There's the handspring with the full twist, the same vault that we've just seen from Ellie Black. Very well executed.
And what a collection of medals she's managed to acquire over her illustrious career, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. I remember seeing her first World Championships in 1991 when she won floor.
For most gymnasts, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to compete in an Olympic Games, but she's done 7.
It's incredible.
And got married, had a child in between, done all the normal things you do by the time you're 42, as well as kept in phenomenal shape to be a gymnast at this level. Always fantastically aware of where she is in the air.
She's just been voted in to be the new athletes representative for the women's artistic gymnasts as well.
Originally competed, I saw her originally compete for the Soviet Union.
14.433 for that first vault. These days you see gymnasts come and go within a matter of years, and she's seen so many of them do that.
She obviously loves the sport, loves performing.
And we love watching. So let's enjoy a second vault from Oksana Chusopatina.
You can see the 5-2 difficulty has been posted. Using the Sukahara with the 1.5 twist. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, we join in the applause, and we'll have a little wave back to you too. See you next year.
Fantastic stuff. Amazing. And just look, this has got better over the years. Legs tighten together, wraps in that twist. She knows exactly where she is. She turns on, pushes up, wraps the arm in, arms out for landing. She was in the CIS team in the Olympics in 1992, the last time that they competed as a unified team. She competes here for Uzbekistan, her home nation, but has spent time living and training in Germany as well. Competed for Germany at some point.
.366 for the average. Chusopatina is in 5th for now. Just one gymnast left to go before Maria Paseka can congratulate herself. Jade Carey hangs on in silver medal position. Steingruber 3rd. Miyakawa, 18 years old. She scored a 14.9 for this first vault.
Japanese gymnasts have impressed greatly at this championships. Oh, deep landing, but a lovely vault in flight. The handspring straight front with 1.5 twists. Now this young gymnast is renowned for her fabulous tumbling on floor, just amazing tumbling. However, she went out of bounds twice and hasn't made the floor final, so this is the last we'll see of her at this World Championships.
There you can see the handspring with a 1.5 twist, but she does land with her chest right down, so the judges will be taking a deduction for that. But the execution in the air, there's very little to deduct.
She fought so hard not to put her hands down, didn't she?
The Japanese gymnasts are getting ready for the Olympics in 2020. They obviously want to shine on home soil, so this is the time to start putting the routines out. Maybe they're not quite as well executed just yet.
14.5 scored for the first vault, and the next vault will be the last vault. of this final. She went for a 5.4 in qualification, the second vault, and scored a 14.133. And just a reminder, the score she's aiming for, 14.466 as an average. That's for a medal.
So she needs to vault pretty immaculately to do that. Lots of focus, lots of precision. Good round off. Oh, and she went for the double twist, and she didn't really get the block off the top to be able to get round twice. She was a bit soft on the top. I thought it was going to be a 1.5 twist.
She didn't look like she ran as fast into the vault either. But this is where we talk about every gymnast will have their favoured vault, and then their second vault can sometimes be a headache. Unfortunately for today, this was her day. The Yurchenko entry into the double twist just didn't get enough block to be able to complete the double twist and look for that landing. Didn't have the pop.
No, I was going to say that you really have to pop off the top, don't you? The pop we mean here, as she touches the platform, it's almost got to be instantaneous, the block up into the air, and hands were just on a little bit too long.
Oh, relief for Steingruber, who knew that potentially her bronze medal could have gone elsewhere, but she's hung on.
She's had a tough year, Steingruber, as well, so I think this will be a welcomed relief to pick up a bronze medal.
13.8, the average. So there's your top three, and there is the queen of the vault. Retains her title, Maria Paseka, with a score of 14.85. Jade Carey from the USA, she takes silver, and Julia Steingruber in bronze. Her first world medal. And so deserved. She's achieved at European level, achieved at Olympics as well, but never at the Worlds. And like you say, Beth, tough year.
But Maria Paseka has produced a game for Russia. Done her job, came just to vault, and has done it magnificently. Jade Carey also done her job. She came to do floor and vault for the USA. Watched her team member, Morgan Hurd, win the all-around last night and come out and got her own silver medal today. And Steingruber, third place. So the gymnasts march out. There's confirmation of the result. Maria Paseka first, Jade Carey second, and Julia Steingruber third.